Hey guys, what's going on? It's your man Boris. Welcome to another episode of the TB Scouts podcast. I'm here with a hometown hero. It's been a couple of years, but I was happy to run into him the other day, Jalen Mangum. Um, you go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
How you doing? My name's Jalen Mangum. I'm class of 2020, high school graduating, 2024 for college. Luckily, I got to run into him the other day, and I'm blessed to be here. Blessed by the Most High to wake up, and I'm just grateful for this opportunity.
Yeah, man. It's the man above must be working because I ran into you the other day at the tournament because you have a little brother that's been coming up through the ranks, and I've been seeing him since you went off to school, and it's kind of one of those things where I'm glad we got to meet today because you can just kind of fill me in and everybody else in on kind of what you've been up to and what your story is because. Like I was saying, back in 2020, that was your high school graduation year, right?
Yes, sir.
And you went to Harlan High School, and when you were in high school, man, you were like one of the top players in the city. Everybody knows who you are. You landed a D2 deal, a school deal. When you first went off to school at Cameron, which you were saying is in Oklahoma.
Lawton, Oklahoma. Yes, sir.
So you landed a D2 team right out of high school, and then COVID hit, and the world just kind of went nuts and wild in the sports industry and transfer portal and all of that. And here we are, a couple years later, and you're like I was saying before, you're probably better now with you having a couple more years to grow and develop. But just all the stuff that's going on, all the noise out there, players have different situations. So you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I would say that I would have way more experience now, especially like 2-3 years after. Especially in the college world, I'd say I've slowed up my game. I was fast-paced motion coming out of high school, and now having time to relax and having time to observe and watch the game, I would say that coming in, I'm a better point guard at getting my team open. Always been a winning point guard, but now that's what I'm focused on more. I was really focused on scoring and stretching the floor and trying to get it as quick as I can, and now I'm worried about the pace of the game and where my team's going and how my team's mindset is. But the first year and a half of school, yeah, it was rough. I went to Cameron University, and it was a little bit choppy because of COVID. It slowed us down in the beginning. It was a rough year. We were 2-15, coming out of it, and our season got chopped a little short. And I would say we went into quarantine like 3 or 4 times, and we had to do individual workouts, only work out in threes. It was a tough year. And then coming back into that 2021, I transferred to Texas A&M Texarkana halfway within the year. So coming in December, I was at a new school at Texas A&M Texarkana, which is a NAIA D1.
Yeah, and real quick, just to kind of pause on that. So you got a good resume, man. You played D2, NCAA D2. Then you transferred to NAIA D1, and you played under the esteemed Coach Ryan Wall, right?
Yes, sir.
So that's a big name in the industry. So that's pretty cool that you had a chance to play for Coach Wall, just to add that to your resume. And then that's a good NAIA D1. So now you've got experience at D2 level, NCAA, and then NAIA D1. So I didn't mean to cut you off. I just wanted to kind of give Coach Wall some props too, and give you some props because that's not an easy spot to land, So congrats on that.
Yeah, it was a blessing playing for Coach Wall too, seeing the way that he ran his program and seeing his type of game. I've definitely learned from a bunch of coaches on how they want you to play at the college level, and I've sit back and played with some great players where you can pick up some things and been in the gym learning new work ethics, and I'm just blessed to have all these opportunities. Coming out of Texas A&M Texarkana, I wanted to take a quick year off, focus straight on academics, save my 3 years of eligibility, and look forward to a school, where I can land for the next 3 years and give my loyalty to and be under and try to be a part of a program where I think we can get to the farthest we can get, especially tournament-wise, is definitely my goal to use up these next 3 years to the best of my abilities. So
Yeah,
that's what
man.
I've been.
Well, one thing that I can say about you is I know in high school you were a heck of a player, and like I said before, you could only be better now that you're, like you said, like 20 or something like that, a couple years older. Like, so I know you're a heck of a player, but one thing that you've kind of shown me today with us just kind of talking is that you got good IQ, and also you're a smart guy. You were telling me your academic studies, like you've been taking extra classes. Um, you think about you're talking about master's program, like finishing your master's degree, um, and then also just you just mentioned that you still have 3 years left of eligibility, so that you can be loyal to a coach or a school, not just be a 1 year player and then one and done or transfer somewhere. So it's cool to see players like you think ahead, and also being considerate to the coaches, right? So, I'll say now for any coach that's looking for a heck of a guard that can play ball, um, I'm sure you're still a dog on defense. I know back in the day you used to be. I'm sure you still are now. But if you're looking for a good guard that plays on both sides of the ball and who's mentally there, academically, like I don't know what more you could ask for. And like I said before, I think the main reason why I kind of wanted us to get together is just to kind of reintroduce you to the world because of all the stuff that's gone on in the past couple of years with COVID and all that stuff. That you got great players like you that are ready to go. They can play academically. They're ready. All you just need is that call. So, um, I know I just said a lot, but
Yeah, so
go
good.
ahead and continue. We were talking about just kind of like your journey so far to where you're at now.
Yes, I came home, played with Texas A&M San Antonio, where I didn't use a year of eligibility. I stayed in shape and made a couple connects and played a couple teams scrimmage wise, and we had a little schedule going. It was a blessing. I played under Coach Lewing, and he really helped me. And I was in the gym 6 a.m. for a while. This at least the first half of this semester. And I've just been tightening up my game, tightening up my handle. Working with my brother since I've came back. That was a blessing. Being away for 2 years, 7 hours away in both spots. Coming back home and spending time with family. You appreciate it much more, and I think that's exactly what happened.
But it's good you got that. You got the full experience of being away from home,
Yeah.
playing for a D2 school and seeing what that program's like, playing for NAIA school and seeing what that program's like. So that's good. You've had the full experience, and you had the full negative experience with COVID, having like you were saying, having to train and social distance and all that. I bet that was crazy at the time.
Yeah, it was. It's something that I definitely wasn't used to. And I would say the first year I was 13, 13 out of 16 players on our team got COVID, and I was one that didn't. So I thank Yah for that. It was definitely hard seeing some teammates struggle with a sickness that you can't just overcome easily, and seeing us distance and have to go through that. I'm just thankful it's all over now, but um, I'm ready to hit the scene again and try to get the best opportunity I can get and use things wisely. Um,
So right now you're basically, for lack of a better term, a free agent, right? I guess that's what a lot of college players can consider themselves as now. As many people enter the transfer portal, and
yeah.
you're not in the transfer portal. You're just available with years of eligibility and years of experience already. So you're already ready to go, and you've been staying in shape, like you said. So
Yeah, I've been free roaming, talking to a couple of coaches, nothing finalized, looking for the best opportunity in all aspects. So I didn't want to rush into anything. I felt like maybe last year I rushed into a position where, it wasn't probably the best for me to stay all 4 years, and I'm just looking for the best opportunity to land, finish my school. That's what I've been focused on, really.
nice. Real quick before I forget, just to kind of help you market yourself, if there are any college coaches watching, which I'm sure there are going to be, several that do end up watching this, what's the best way for them to get in contact with you or reach out to you if they're interested in maybe bringing you on campus for a workout or making you an offer or something like that, what's the best way for a college coach to reach out to you now?
I would say, direct number. I can always get my email straight, but I would say Twitter DM maybe.
And what's the Twitter?
At Jalen Mangum. Just the caps would be the first, beginning of the first and last, and that's pretty much it. I'm not really on no other social medias like Instagram or anything like that. It's just Twitter.
And
And then
it's a good way to communicate, man. I think a lot of social media these days, it almost replaces like email.
yeah,
If someone if you can communicate with players through Twitter and Instagram through the DM, that's a message. So again, and I'll put your Twitter handle in the show notes, but it's Jalen Mangum
yes sir,
on Twitter. And if
yes sir.
any college coaches interested in a player, reach out to Jalen, and he can. I guess after they reach out to you through DM, and if it's something that's legit and worth your time and their time, I'm sure you guys can exchange information and come out for a workout. But this is a heck of a guard. If you guys are looking for it, already got a couple years of college experience, so cool, man. Well, I guess we can kind of wrap it up right now, unless I don't know if you have anything else that you kind of want to talk about. You kind of talked about a little bit about your journey, how you've been staying in shape, how you're still looking for a new place right now, a new school to call home. Do you have anything else that you kind of would want the people to know, or any coaches, or do we kind of cover it?
I'll say that's pretty much all things. I would say for me personally, if you personally want to get to know me, I've grown a lot spiritually, and I would say discipline wise, I've became more coachable than I've already been. Because I love being a coachable player, being able to relate with my coach, being able to be the coach on the floor. Being the floor general whenever my coach is not able to be there. I would say sitting back and observing things off of this year that I took to work on my game really helped me, and spiritual wise too. This is probably the first semester I felt like an actual college athlete, not on the run all the time, here, state, being inside the classroom. And I took real cool courses this year, history wise, government wise, learning a lot of laws that go along with my major, and it's been a blessing. And for me, I would just say I'm blessed by the Most High just to be able to have this sort of life and the experience and journey that I've had so far.
Yeah, and
So
I can attest that you have grown. I mean, when you were in high school, I didn't really know you all that well, but I can tell that you've matured, like you say, on multiple levels, spiritually, just mature, your maturity level. And man, if your game on the court matches your personality right here, you are a floor general, you're a leader, and you're gonna be a heck of a player for someone. One thing I wanted to mention. So you mentioned your major. What are you currently studying right now, or what do you want to What do you want to get your degree in?
So business administration is what I'm in. Of course, I would like to be an entrepreneur. I've had entrepreneurs in my family, and my father being a great example. So when I was in there talking to the admissions, they told me that business management would probably be the best field to go into because, if you're going to be an entrepreneur, you really wouldn't need a degree to own your own business. So landing a great three-figure job coming out of school is my motive to get started on maybe going the entrepreneur route and, maybe getting my minors in real estate along with that because it ties along with business. And, those are my main motives being a first-generational college student is doing it the right way and doing it that can best benefit me towards my future to come, and use basketball as a tool that can hopefully get me to that level. And doing everything to the best of my abilities is my motive going forward.
Yeah, man. Well, you're definitely using the blessing of life that God's given you to maximize it on a lot of different areas. I went to college and I graduated from UTSA with my degree, and I like what you said about even if you don't plan on going to work for somebody, even if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you're going to be in college, you might as well learn some skills that's going to help you be a better entrepreneur. Like learn skills about business, and like you mentioned, learn about real estate, because you'll learn things that will like help you out later on, even though you may not see it right now, but the things that make the world go around. Real estate makes the world go around. Money makes the world go around. So it'd be good to know how finances work and stuff like that. And then business, just knowing how to manage people, know about what's a profit, what's a loss, and all of that, and your mission statement. So I don't want to go preach to you business school, but I'm just happy to see an athlete like you that is looking at more than just the game. Looking at things more holistically. So keep it up, man. Wish you the best. And I know that if you just stay focused and keep doing what you're doing, you're going to get to where you want to go. And a coach is going to find a heck of a player that they can, add to their squad for the next 2 or 3 years. So keep it up, man.
Thank you for having me. It's been a blessing. It's a very nice place that you got, and you're doing very, very well for yourself. And I very, very appreciate you for reaching out.
You got it, man. We'll do it again.